Welcome to the Mutiny Report. I'm Fletcher Christian. This is what it feels like to be alive right now. We need to talk about the Epstein Files again. And I don't care who's tired of hearing about it. The only people tired of hearing about it are the ones hoping it goes away. Because what we're watching right now isn't transparency. It's controlled demolition. The Justice Department dropped 3.5 million pages of documents under the so-called Epstein Files Transparency Act. That was supposed to be the big reveal, the moment, the reckoning. Instead, what did we get? Slow release, massive redactions, missing context, and reports that when members of Congress went into secure rooms to review unredacted material, of which they only have 4 fucking computers for all of the 200 and some odd dudes and dudettes in Congress. 4 computers, really? That's all they're giving them? I mean, it's ridiculous. But the DOJ was tracking their searches. And Pam Bondi, in her burn book that she had, her horrible performance in front of the Senate, the committee, literally had all of this shit in her binder, and she got caught. Let that sink in. Lawmakers, elected representatives, go in to review evidence about a convicted child trafficker with documented elite connections, and the Justice Department monitors what they look at? That's not transparency. That's intimidation. You don't spy on Congress unless you're afraid of what they might find. And then the FBI comes out and says, after reviewing everything, there's nobody else to prosecute. Really? Fucking nobody? Even though early investigative material referenced multiple alleged co-conspirators, even though victims have testified for years that Epstein didn't operate alone. Of course he didn't. Even though Maxwell is sitting in prison, club fed, for trafficking girls to someone. Like, she's not even supposed to be in that fucking jail. Like, as a sex offender, you were not supposed to be in this lax place. The warden has said he's tired of being her bitch. I mean, this is how crazy it is. Trafficked girls, Maxwell, okay, listen to this though. Maxwell got convicted of trafficking girls to someone. To someone? Somehow there's no one left to charge? This doesn't make any sense. And we're just supposed to nod and move on? Yeah, okay, guys. Meanwhile, Trump gets asked at a press conference why people are still talking about the Epstein Files, and he snaps back, nobody cares. Nobody cares? My fucking ass. Poll after poll show overwhelming majorities of Americans believe Epstein ran a criminal sex trafficking ring involving powerful people. People across parties want full disclosure, not partial disclosure, not a curated disclosure, full disclosure. But instead of that, we get political whiplash. On a campaign trail, transparency is promised. In the office, the story shifts. Literally every one of these assholes campaigned on transparency in the Epstein Files, right? Day one, Pam Bondi said she has the list on her desk, and then all of a sudden it fucking disappears. Suddenly it's a distraction. Suddenly it's a hoax. Suddenly the people asking questions are the problem. That's how power works when it feels heat. It reframes the fire as hysteria. Now let's talk about elite associations. Because the documents, even in redacted form, show what we already knew. Epstein didn't move in the shadows. He moved in penthouses and boardrooms. We've seen resignations from high-level executives once their correspondence surfaced. We've seen documented relationships with financiers, lawyers, international political figures, people who maintained contact after his 2008 conviction, after he was a registered sex offender, and still dinners, investments, emails, flights. And now let's add the latest insult to this whole fucking mess. Commerce Secretary Lutnick. He had publicly maintained he cut ties with Epstein back in 2005. Went on a podcast and gave the whole story, claimed moral separation, said he was done. But newly released documentation shows that in 2012, after Epstein's conviction, Lutnick took his wife, his 4 kids, and their nannies to have lunch on Epstein's private island, Little St. James. A family lunch on the inside of a convicted child trafficker's island. That's not a casual handshake at a fundraiser. That's not running into someone at Davos. That's bringing your children onto that man's property. And when confronted about it, he minimized it, shrugged it off, and smiled. As if the issue isn't the island, as if the issue is that people are asking. Bipartisan lawmakers have called him out for misleading the public. Some have called for his resignation. But the administration circles the wagons, deflects, downplays, moves on. Literally, he just laughs. Because that's what the system does when its own are exposed. It absorbs the hit and keeps walking. And here's the pattern that should make everyone uneasy. Promises of transparency. Controlled document dump. Redactions protecting powerful names. Monitoring of lawmakers. Reviewing evidence. Dismissal of public concern. Elite associations revealed no new prosecutions. If you designed a strategy to appear transparent while protecting institutional power, this is exactly what it would look like. And let's be honest about something else. If a school janitor had taken his family to lunch on the private island of a convicted sex offender, that guy would never work again. But when it's a Commerce Secretary, we're told to focus on economic policy. When it's a billionaire, we're told it was just business. Oh, by the way, the stock market's at 50,000. Who gives a fuck? When it's a political donor, we're told it was networking. Different rules. That's why this won't go away. It's not going to fucking go away. Not because of conspiracies, because of optics, because of behavior. Because of the simple, gut-level truth that when regular people see elites connected to a known predator and then watch the system say nothing to prosecute, it feels like a fucking rigged game. And maybe that's the most dangerous part. It's not just about Epstein anymore. It's about trust. Like literally, we can't trust a word these motherfuckers say. When the FBI says there's nothing more to pursue, but documents show networks of association, when Congress is monitored for looking too closely, when officials lie about their contact and then laugh about it, when the president, who's in there over 1 million times supposedly, says nobody cares, fuck you. That's not stability. That's erosion. You cannot build public trust on redactions and smirks. You can't. You can't tell the country that accountability matters while protecting the powerful. And you definitely can't expect people to forget when the details keep dripping out, one elite connection at a time. So no, nobody cares. That's not what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is a country watching very fucking closely. And what we're learning isn't just about a dead, deranged, sicko financier. It's about how power protects itself. And that's the story. Stay loud, stay human. For fuck's sake, stay mutinous. Mutiny out.